Go.
Feel me?
Wait. Go.
In 2007, it's roughly estimated that there was about 875 million firearms in the world.
Wow.
So at that rate, and that was 2007. This is 2013 going on 2014.
But now, think about this, what they not counting. They not counting the guns that's in the service. The cannons, the rocket launchers, the AR-15, they're not counting them. The ground as the surface-to-air missiles, the grenades.
And then you also got to include the ones that are on the black market.
Come on.
That don't even get registered.
Come on.
And those
People,
are
the ones
are swapped by the government.
The
And
average gun owner
warlords
has
and
two
crime
guns.
lords and
A
everything.
rifle and a pistol. For real. If the average gun owner has two guns, one rifle and one pistol, 100 average people, that's 200 average guns.
Out of that 875 million firearms that I just said in 2007, there was about 270 million in the U.S. alone.
Come on.
Not counting all those that we just left out. But there are about 1,135 companies worldwide that make about 8 million firearms a year.
Are you
At that rate, he is right. There would be... No, wait. Let me see.
more guns than people?
At that rate, eventually, there will be.
You think it is? How many guns versus, how many homicides were there due to gun violence in the same year? It's this many guns and how many homicides due to gun violence in the same year? I'll tell you how many killings each gun average. That's crazy.
We talking about gun violence. What's your thoughts on guns?
Guns ain't cool.
Say it to the camera. Come over here. Join us.
Guns ain't cool.
Guns are bad.
Put these up. Lose with pride.
So
there was a total of 14,831 murder victims in 2007 as far as the FBI and the SHR's law enforcement agencies. Submitted. How many ones were not reported?
That's an average of 100 killings a gun, man. Come on. Look at that.
I think it's a necessary evil.
Necessary evil.
Absolutely.
You say it's necessary as far as population control?
Well, because you can't control what people get their hands on and
if
what people are exposed to and how people choose to use things that are available to us. Therefore, one person can be a gun enthusiast and likes to go hunting. Another person with a gun has no respect or no regard for human life. It's two different things. Now, the necessary evil about it is that because there are fools like that out there, you need one. So it becomes a necessary
evil. Whether you're regarding to protecting yourself or doing whatever you need to do. You feel me? But if you remember, 2007 was that year where we was in like a depression, right? That year was one of the worst years for suicide homicides. That means people were killing their families and then killing themselves.
Because they couldn't take care of them.
Because they couldn't take care of them. Now, what does that say?
That's a cold look. Economy is responsible, really, across the board. When everybody eat, look at the violence in Holland. Perfect example. They got a 0 crime rate. Everybody works or goes to school. Everybody has something to do. There is no homeless.
And it's crazy because women, they have the wife of the family has the, you see this? See that? That number excels everything. The highest murder rate.
The woman,
the wife of the family,
is the one that does the most killing. Wow.
And then it shows you the acquaintances, it shows you the friends and the non-knowns.
So women are the most killers.
Family annihilators.
family annihilators.
That's because they be so stressed out. They be snapping.
They be stressed out from having kids.
That's like an old instinct. That's like when.
That's after they have their kids.
No, that's like when back in slavery times when she just refused master to have her baby. She just refused to, and she probably drowned it in the river or something like that because she just would not allow her child to go through
what did.
What she's going through. So that goes back a long ways. That mentality.
That's true. That's deep.
Do y'all believe in that? You know how they say people be like, "I'm not a product of my environment." Do you believe that statement?
No.
To be true?
Hell no. What you gonna do? Stay inside?
No.
Stay inside. You gonna stay inside and shelter yourself from whatever you got to deal with? Okay, for example, we live in Oakland. If we was not to go out every day and deal with the bullshit we always deal with,
I think Pac said it best. How can I be a lamb in a den of wolves?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Oakland nerd and a Beverly Hills nerd is two different nerds.
Oakland nerd might go get a gun.
Like he would be like the Oakland nerd is separate from the Oakland dude, right? Your typical Oakland dude, right?
Well, see, you gotta look at
own a couple.
Well, see, you gotta look at the whole dynamics of that.
You gotta compare them.
Further away from the hood, you subject to do more is because you don't live the reality. You don't connect that this is an everyday thing.
Oh no,
I'm taking this two same people having the two same set of achievements, right? Mm-hmm. But from two different places. There is some kind of thing that would kick into that Oakland. I won't say nerd. Let me not use that. Let me not use that word. Very intelligent person. He has an instinct in him different from the Beverly Hills intelligent guy. So in certain situations, he'd be able to handle certain adversities different from that person. So in other words, like you get a kid from the suburb that might commit suicide because of him stressing over school, things like that. Black kid, or a kid from the inner city, I should say, go through things growing up anyway, so adversity is nothing.
It won't affect them as much.
Right.
Adversity is nothing.
Right.
So
in a way, there are a product. You can be a product of your environment.
Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like when they say, like, when
how
the recession
can you not
hit,
be
black
a product
people were
of
used to being poor compared to when white people had money and the recession hit. They weren't used to being poor.
But then why did...
But see, this is the thing.
White people
I believe everybody's a product of their environment.
Two different things.
But the thing is, the light you put on, there's a good product and there's a bad product. You know what I mean? You can be from your environment and you can be in the successful version of your environment. Because that's possible. There's a successful version of the hood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Good.
It's a successful version of the ghetto. You can be that. So you can also be the opposite. So, I mean, either way,
you're still going to be a product.
A product of where you come from. You're gonna move and groove like what you around. You're going to have to. And if you move out of that area and move into another area, you're going to have to adapt. You're going to be that's going to change your environment. You're going to be a product of now of two environments. You're going to have, that's how you gain, what you call that? Not experience, but
discipline.
How you gain like when you learn different languages, you learn more than one language.
Yeah.
You learn to deal in different environments.
You know, cultured and things like that.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
True story.
Because I mean, shoot, you go to another coast, that's a whole different culture.
Yeah, I definitely think your environment, you are that.
Yeah.
Be it good or bad, it's your choice of what part of your environment you portray. What do you do?
I know.
Come on over here, let's talk about graffiti again.
Get away from me.
Talk about gun violence and then.
Man, can we not talk about gun violence? I got too many stories.
That's why we talking
That's what I'm
about
talking about. I came in on it.
That's why we talking about it, just to shed a little bit of light from a different perspective.
I'm gonna give you a real point of view you should think about all the way across the board. if people were allowed to smoke more weed, I think it would curb the gun violence in the fact that good weed make you so lazy that when you get mad at somebody, you probably won't want to be mad till tomorrow. Fuck it, I'll just be mad at the nigga tomorrow.
You might just forget about it.
You ain't gonna smoke tomorrow.
You might just get in his face and be like, I'm mad at you because I forgot what I was mad about. Pass me that weed. You might get mad at that person, but then they might become the weed man. That might solve everything, you know? So I think if you get a chance to have more 420 in your life, I think if more households had 420, less households will have guns because they'd be more peaceable.
Or if push comes to shove, if the worst and the worst, and that was gonna happen to you, at least die high.
Oh man!
Too soon? I wasn't supposed to say that.
Is that too soon?
Hey. But seriously.
But you know what? I just watched this documentary on that show Drugs Inc. And they were talking about it was a marijuana episode, and they showed in Holland has 85% less crime rate than the United States.
85.
85% less.
10% less than the U.S.
85% less crime rate than the U.S. because they monitor and they allow weed to be legal and they control it.
Plus more so that there ain't nothing really popping so where people gonna cut their throat over like in America where we cut our throats.
Are you talking about Europe? It's popping. You talking about Holland? Okay. You got the hostels and all that stuff.
Yeah, but we know America's where it's at. We know America's where it's at.
Legal?
I don't know that part, but we know America's where it's at as far as where people want their kids to grow up, all that, You
gotta think about really.
Nobody gonna run to Holland.
You don't know that.
How come?
Why? Because you live here in America?
No, think about it.
If you lived in Europe, you might think different.
Because in fact the people continue to come here.
Listen.
Yeah, but people continue to come here based on a myth that this is the greatest place to
Let me tell you the truth.
It's your best chance.
You can't run out.
Hand cut off for stealing. Handless in America, cutting thieves.
You can't go to places like Holland. Because number one, when you go there,
totally different.
When you go there, like Holland and Canada, you can't come in with trouble. You broke, you don't got nothing, you can't come in.
You can't. That's the same thing for Canada.
You can't come in.
You gotta turn around at the border.
They'll charge you at the border. You can't come in.
I tried to go to Canada today. Say, where you come in?
In Holland, you have to do something. You have to work. You can't be homeless. You can't be jobless. You gotta work or go to school. They'll lock your ass up, and we won't have no problem out of you. So you got a choice. You feel me? It ain't like that out here. We do whatever. We go off the map. We go off the radar. They don't have it like that. They got 0 crime rate.
Yeah, but somebody should have a right to be lazy.
Almost. We see me get off the screen.
No. Hold on. Part three.